And you're saying there's nothing missing from his room? Spare clothes, shoes?
I've already told you. He ran out of the house as soon as it happened. He didn't stop and pack a bag.
We'll appreciate we have to get all the facts straight, Mr. Windsor.
Right, so what happens now? You organise a search? Circulate his description? What?
Well, you said yourselves, this isn't the first time he's run away. He could just be staying with mates.
I've been all over the holiday village. Every bar between here and Houghton. Our kid's missing. Your lot should be doing something about it.
And believe me, we will. But he is over 16. And the chances are he'll walk back in as soon as he feels like it.
Meaning you're just going to sit back, do nothing till it's too blooming late.
Meaning, in 9 cases out of 10, the missing teenager's home by tea time.
Yeah. What is it with your family and guns, anyway?
Oh, don't give me that, Vic. If you hadn't started wrestling him in the first place, the thing would never have gone off.
And if you spent a bit more time with your children instead of waltzing about the place with Terry Twinkletoes, your son might feel much more needed.
Pack it in, Will. That's got to a good bit. Jed.
What's up with her?
I don't know.
Morning. Anyone think I moved out already? Any chance of some breakfast? Take that as a no.
Oh, get off.
You don't want your big brother starving, do you?
Fine by me. Hey, hold on, Dave. You can get a lift.
Hey, Mum, what's he done now?
Oh. I messed up somewhere with that one.
Well, I'm not going to tell you for a bit, but I reckon you could do with some good news.
Well, that was a first time, love.
Right, well, me and Biff, we've decided to get married.
I told you about Kim and Dave in the strictest confidence. But oh no, you couldn't resist a chance to cause trouble.
Glovers have every right to know what their darling son's up to behind their backs.
Why is it that you can't see a normal, happy family without wanting to screw things up for them?
Everything I do is for the long-term security of my family. I'm planning for our future. You'll just have to trust that I'm acting in our best interests.
Don't kid yourself that you're doing this for me and Joseph. You're just pursuing some pointless revenge against everyone around you. I don't think I can cope with this much longer.
What are you saying to me?
I don't know, Chris. I don't know about anything anymore.
I'm going to kill Scott when I see him.
You'll have to join the queue, love. Now, don't just dump them on the doorsteps. Stick them right through the letterboxes, all right?
It's going to take hours, and I'm already late for school.
Well, it's all hands to the pump, isn't it? Just tell them what happened.
And say, sorry I'm late, but my brother shot my little sister, so I had to do the paper round.
Morning. Jack's complaining he didn't get his newspaper.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're a bit behind this morning.
Is Scott ill?
Hi, Sarah. Donna's asleep. I'll give you a hand.
Donna's asleep.
Yeah.
You all on strike or something? Betty don't normally leave house till she's read her horoscope.
Oh, rubbish. He wants his racing tips. Papers aren't usually this late.
All right, you might as well hear it from us. There's been an accident. Scott's run off and we ain't seen him since last night.
Oh, you poor things. You must be really worried.
I've been out looking, but there's no sign of him.
Right, well, you won't want to be bothered with the shop, then. I'll take over here and then one of you will be free to go searching.
Oh, well, thanks, Betty, but we can't leave Donna on her own.
I'll stay with Donna for a couple of hours.
Right, that's settled, then.
Come on, London. 2 can cover twice the ground in half the time.
Oh, cheers, mate.
You don't fancy paper round, do you, Betty?
David.
I've decided to take up Frank's offer on cottage.
I don't see you had much choice. Not if we wanted a place to be alone.
Yeah, well, they've made it quite clear I'm not welcome at home anymore.
Well, living with Mum never fitted in with my image of you.
Well, hers has changed a bit since she found out I was sleeping with Boss's wife.
We'll have to do the place up. Need a new bed for a start.
This has all turned out quite nice for you, hasn't it?
And for you.
Now my family's turned against me. The minute I walk out of that house, they'll wash their hands of me.
You know I'm worth it, David. You're not beginning to doubt that?
No, of course not. I want you more than ever now. But as soon as I set foot into that cottage, you'll be the only thing left in my life.
What more could you want?
I suppose it goes wrong. I'll have nothing left.
Trust me. I love you, David. Just give me the chance to prove it.
I've heard enough. They've fallen for it. Once they're in the cottage, we've got them.
Well, don't expect me to be jumping for joy.
Looks like your boy's developing a conscience.
Well, it's a bit late in the day for that, isn't it?
Are you sure you want to carry on with this, Frank?
That woman conned her way back into my life when I swore I'd never see her again. She got a huge sum the last time, and now she's come back for the rest. And I'm damned if I'm going to let her win again.
But, Frank, chances are this taped evidence won't be admissible in court.
With this lot stacked up against her, she won't want to go anywhere near a court. We just need something concrete, something she can't lie her way out of, and then I'm going to throw the lot at her. Affairs, fraud, the works. And the minute that baby's born, I'm going to convince the authorities that she's unfit to keep it.
What are you reading, Mr. Pollard?
These, Sam, are our passports to the lucrative trade markets of the Far East.
Are we off on holiday then? You should have told me, only I've not had a chance to pack or anything.
We're not actually going anywhere, Sam. I'm just placing some advertisements. Due to the wonderful success of the American venture, I've decided to broaden our horizons. Methinks Reagan Dexter III spent more than he originally intended, just to impress the lovely Tina.
From what I've seen of them, I reckon our Mandy might go down a treat.
Do you know, I'd love to continue chatting with you, but I gather mercy killing is still against the law.
Hang on, Mr. Pollard, I've not finished my tea yet.
It's going to take months to clean this lot.
Yeah, well, we've not got months, have we? Because she wants it ready by the weekend.
Oh, well, she's going to have to wait, because I'm off down to Woolpack to meet Linda. I'll see you later.
Oh, thanks a lot, Biff. Have one for me, will you? What a mate.
All right, Nick.
Oh, hi.
What's going on here?
It's the assistant farm manager's new gaff, and I'm the home help.
From what I've seen, you'll be running this place before you know it. Need a hand?
Nah, I'm all right, thanks.
Finished by weekend?
Yeah.
It's like an army. He's a bit of a slave driver, that boss of yours, isn't he?
You're not kidding.
Tell you what, I've been hanging around like a spare part. I could give you a hand.
All right, well, what can you do?
I've done most things in my time. Plumbing, papering, wiring, the lot. I could use the company.
Right then, you're on. Just make sure you keep out of Kim's way.
Yeah, no chance. I do my best to keep out of her path.
Yeah. You'll not be the only one.
Stop me if I'm speaking out of turn, but I've never really taken to her. There's something about her I wouldn't trust.
Well, your instincts are spot on there.
I don't mean any disrespect to Frank, but I reckon she's a nasty piece of work.
She put me in intensive care.
Kim did? How?
I wouldn't want this to go any further.
Of course not.
This better be worth it, Dad. It's like flaming Siberia out here.
I'm showing you how things are going to start changing for us. I'm taking matters into my own hands again.
Oh, I don't mind the cold, me. I never really feel it.
Because you got the insulation of a killer whale.
Right, you ready?
Hurry up! I can't bear the tension.
Ta-da! Eh? Well, what do you reckon? Eh? From now on, there'll be no more of you two playing fancy with me for that pimp pollard.
What, opening a health club now, are we?
I could look after the sauna and the rub-down side of things.
Oh, I'm going back into the fight game.
You're mental. It's years since you've hit someone for money. You'd be murdered.
I was bare-knuckle champion of the Dales. 3 years on the trot.
And them old boxers make them big comebacks on the telly, don't they, Dad?
The difference is they get millions for being beaten to a pulp. My dad was lucky to scrape together a few hundred.
No, the big fights, the ones that attract all the betting, winner can pick up a couple of thousand easy.
And the loser gets nought.
Oh, Tina. Right, my timing's still there, see? Hey, I just need to build my fitness back up. Couple of weeks, I'll be ready for anyone.
Well, when you've quite finished, Rocky, I'm going to go back into the warm. You're mad.
Hey, Mandy, you want to see my short jab?
When will you learn, Butch? You've more chance with that punch bag than you have with me.
And before you start, it's going to be asleep in the back room. If you don't like it, you can get yourself a new bar person. Can you help me with the pram, please?
Then I woke up in hospital, and Kim was stood there, telling me how lucky I was to be alive. And then she said, if I mentioned it to anybody, next time it wouldn't be me in the bed, it would be my daughter Alice.
I always knew Kim was evil, but I didn't think she'd stoop so far. Why didn't you go to the police?
Her word against mine. Anyway, I wouldn't have stood a chance.
And you still came back here?
If I don't have a home and a job, I could lose custody of Alice.
If there was a way of getting back at Kim, evening up the scores, would you take it?
You don't want to be drinking from that, lad.
Oh, Seth, you give me a shock.
There's a dead eel half a mile upstream.
Oh, if I could find it, I'd probably eat it. I'm that hungry.
No need to. Your dad lent us these.
Oh, cheers,
Only
Seth.
there's no need to tell him, eh? Next time you run away from home, there's 3 things you need to take with you. Dry matches, something to eat, and a flask of tea with plenty of sugar in it.
Oh, nice one.
Here, put some wine back inside you, son.
Seth, is Donna okay?
She will be when they've sewn her ear back on. That pellet hardly touched her, so there's no need for you to be hanging around out here for much longer.
I don't intend to.
Good lad.
Now I know she's all right. I can head off back down to London. Start building my new life.
Signed in good faith, Mr. Nicholas Spence.
What good is that going to do, eh? She'll deny everything.
This is your insurance against her trying it again. We lodged this account of her threat on your life and a threat against your daughter with Frank's solicitor.
Yeah. But, how does this help me?
Then she knows she can touch you. If anything happened to you, this would be handed over to the police. There would be enough probable cause to throw the book at her. You're safe.
So, what happens now?
You just signed the statement. And forget we ever had this conversation. You're in the clear, mate. I promise.
So, you and Chris have had another row then?
I wish it were that simple. Makes it sound like there's a solution.
There always is, love. As long as you both want to find it.
You know, I thought the security of being married and having a baby would change Chris. I thought he'd learn to stop living only for himself. But he just uses it as an excuse to act more selfishly than ever.
Well, if there's one thing I learned from Brit. It's that you can't change anyone, no matter how hard you try. You just got to learn to forgive him. As long as you love each other.
I do love him, Terry. I always will. But I've got to think about Joseph. I've got to do what's right for him.
Well, what's right for Joseph is to be brought up by two people who adore him. Hey, you shouldn't do anything too hasty. You've got to try everything you can to save a marriage.
I have. I've been trying for months. I think I've just about run out of ideas.
Hello. What are you doing here?
Any chance of a stiff drink?
I ran away from home once.
What, to go on the Crusades?
No, you cheeky blighter, to get me sent some peace and quiet.
Yeah, it's not much of that at my house. Where'd you go?
Well, I were going to live in woods. Build me son a big tree house. I got as far as Mrs. Shackleton's next door. She gave me my tea and persuaded me I'd be better off at home.
Nice, was she?
She were a right dragon. But she made me realise my family weren't so bad after all.
They're going to go mental when I go back.
Oh, I reckon another half hour would do it.
What?
Well, by then they'll have stopped being angry. They'll be well into the as long as he comes home safe stage.
Do you reckon?
I'm sure of it, son.
No wonder you have no idea how to behave in a relationship.
I should follow your example, should I?
I was very lucky to find Emma. And you've been very lucky with Rachel. Don't let her go without a fight.
Oh, supper's nearly ready. Are you sure you won't stay, Chris?
No, thanks. Better get home and save my marriage. Oh, you don't happen to have a spare box of chocolates kicking around, do you?
Which way through here?
Right.
Oh. Knock, knock. Oh, Zach.
Mr. Dingle.
I can see I've arrived at a bad moment for you.
Oh, no. Go on, Eric. Tell me your idea.
Right, and I've just been saying to your delightful daughter, Tina, and Mandy.
Mr. Pollard wants us to escort all of his foreign clients. Show him a good time.
Does he know?
Yes, no, not exactly. The Japanese have a tradition of geishas.
Japanese?
Nothing improper, I can assure you.
Does that mean I'll have to walk round with a cushion tied to me bum?
Actually, there are large amounts involved, and you, as their agent, would be entitled to a fee.
You trying to turn me into a pimp and all?
No, no, of course not.
Coming round here with your suggestions. We are a respectable family. You'll stay away from my girls, do you hear me?
I didn't mean to cause any offence.
Well, I'll not be short of a bob or two. In fact, you can spread the word. Zach Dingle is back in the fight game.
Really? Might you be in need of a manager at all?
Get out of here.
Right.
Well, not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Come on, lovable little man. OK, well, lovable little man's coming out. Get me ready, girls. Get ready. Yo!
Anything good on?
Scott!
Where the hell have you been?
Where on earth did you spend the night?
Been worried sick about you.
No, you haven't. You've been saying all day you're going to kill him.
Shut up, Kelly. Your sister spent half the night in casualty because of you. We've had the police here. I've been out all over the place looking for you. Don't you care about her at all? Didn't you have a single thought about the damage you might have done to her?
Yeah, sorry, Donna. It was an accident.
It's all right. Didn't hurt. Well, not too bad. But I've been watching videos all day. It's me you should be apologising to. I had to do your paper round.
Right, you two. Upstairs.
Dad?
Now, Kelly, I mean it.
I'll be up in a minute, girls.
Look, Dad, can we talk about this in the morning? I'm really tired.
Stay where you are. Now, you asked us at Christmas whether you could have an air rifle. After all your mother's been through, and you still want to bring a gun into the house, and surprise, surprise, we said no. So you went behind our backs and you got one anyway. Why do you think we said no, Scott? Just for the fun of it?
Vic, let's just leave it to the morning.
No, I'm sick of his selfish attitude. You're not a kid anymore, Scott. It's about time you grew up and started acting your age. Now, get to bed. But this isn't over yet.
I half expected to find an empty house.
You nearly did.
Look, I know these don't mean anything, but it's the only way I know of saying sorry. Look, I know I must seem like a pretty hopeless case at the moment, but I could learn to be what you want.
Chris.
I've just seemed to be under so much pressure for so long. Kim's debt, my career, wanting to make you happy.
Chris, I don't think that
What I'm trying to say is, I had all my priorities wrong. Kim can whistle for her money. Dad'll see that I won't have to pay it, and in the meantime, I'll spend all the time in the world with you and Joseph.
Chris, this isn't going to work anymore. You can't keep buying me off with cheap gifts and empty promises, then picking up the next day where you left off.
This time it'll be different.
No! No, it won't. You live for this conflict. It's what keeps you going. And I am sick fed up of me and Joseph being second priority in your life.
You're not, I swear.
It's hard to believe you, Chris. You have betrayed a marital confidence to take some petty revenge against the Glovers. How can I trust you again?
I know. I know. I've been an absolute idiot.
No, it's me who's been the idiot, thinking that anything would ever be any different. Joseph needs to be the most important thing in the world to you.
He is. You both are.
Right. Well, if that's the case, we want you to give up everything for us. No more Tate Holdings. No more plotting against Kim. Just you, me, and Joseph, no distractions. And the minute we start to take second place, we'll be out of that door. And we won't be coming back. I promise you.